All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this video. It is very important that you do so. Now, today's story is a story that, unfortunately, we're back at square one, basically, with the violence and with the massacres that's going on. There have been yet another mass shooting. This took place in Uvalde, Texas, at a elementary school. At Robb Elementary School, we yet have another 18-year-old student who opened fired and killed multiple people. 19 children and 2 adults. And this happened at Robb Elementary School. Here's the article. On May 24th, which was yesterday, 2022, 18-year-old Salvador Ramos opened fire at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, in the United States, killing 19 children and 2 teachers, and wounding about 16 others. Earlier that day, he shot and wounded his 66-year-old grandmother. Ramos was eventually shot and killed on school premises by responding law enforcement officers. The mass shooting was the second deadliest school shooting in the United States, after the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting in 2012 and the deadliest school shooting over in Texas. The shooting was widely condemned nationally, including by President Joe Biden and by gun control advocates, as well as internationally. It took place 10 days after a mass shooting in Buffalo, New York. Here's the background of the school. Uvalde is a Hispanic majority city, about 16,000 people in the South Texas region. It is located about 60 miles, 100 kilometers from the United States-Mexico border and about 85 miles, 135 kilometers from San Antonio. About 90% of Robb Elementary School students' body is Hispanic, and about 81% of the students' population comes from economically disadvantaged backgrounds. The school serves about 600 second through fourth grade students in Uvalde, Texas. Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District. The school district governing Robb Elementary School had multiple security measures in place at the time of the shooting, including 4 officers working within the school district, a security staff that patrolled door entrances and parking lots at secondary campuses. The school also used Social Sentinel, a service that monitored Uvalde affiliated social media accounts to identify threats made against students or staff in the UCISD. The perpetrator, Salvador Rolando Ramos, May 16, 2004 to May 24, 2022, was born in North Dakota and was a resident of Uvalde and a student at Uvalde High School. According to classmates and friends of Ramos, he had a stutter and a strong lisp for which he was often bullied. He frequently got into fistfights with classmates, occasionally with boxing gloves, which he carried around with him. He had few friends. Ramos was not on track to graduate from high school in 2022, as he was frequently absent from school. He worked at a Wendy's for a year but quit a month before the shooting. According to the store's night manager, Ramos went out of his way to keep himself. One of Ramos' coworkers stated that he was occasionally rude towards the female coworkers whom he sent inappropriate text messages or threatened cooks at his job and asked him, "Do you know who I am?" A year before the shooting, Ramos started posting pictures to his Instagram account of automatic rifles that were on his wish list. On May 17th and May 2022, a few days after his 18th birthday, on May 16th, he allegedly purchased two semi automatic rifles through a local gun store, of which he posted a picture on his Instagram account 3 days before the shooting. Ramos also sent an Instagram message to an acquaintance he met through Yubo, which showed a receipt for an AR-15 style rifle purchased from Georgia-based online retailer Daniel Defense 8 days before the shooting. On May 18th, he purchased 375 rounds of 5.56 ammunition. Shooting. Ramos and his grandmother got into an argument at their home in Yubo over Ramos not graduating, and he soon shot her in the face before taking her truck. She was airlifted to a hospital in San Antonio in critical condition. Ramos posted 3 times to his Facebook account prior to the shooting. Once to say he was going to shoot his grandmother, once to say he had shot his grandmother, and about 15 minutes before the shooting to say that he was going to open fire at the school. Ramos then crashed his grandmother's truck in a ditch outside of Rob's elementary school. According to the police, Ramos was wearing a plate carrier, a type of tactical vest without body armor, plates inside a backpack, and all black clothing while carrying a handgun, an AR-15 style rifle, and high-capacity magazines. Ramos then shot a UCISD police officer who attempted to stop him from entering the building. Soon after the rifle that had been seen hitting inside, responding officers reportedly engaged with gunmen and returned fire before he entered the building. As UCISD officials exchanged fire with Ramos, Border Patrol Tactical Unit agents joined them in response to a request. So approximately the police estimate that the shooting of the students and teacher at the school began at 11:32 a.m. And according to a Facebook post about the school was locked down at 11:43 a.m. In response to a gunshot in the vicinity, officers outside the building claimed they had insufficient manpower at the time and attempted to prevent additional children being harmed by breaking windows on the school and evacuating children and teachers. At 1:17 p.m., he sent a message on Twitter that there was an active shooter at the elementary school. According to law enforcement, a Border Patrol agent shot and killed Ramos. Victims: 19 children and 2 adults, including a 4th-grade teacher, were killed in the shooting. The children were in grade 2, 3, and 4. 2 victims died after 11 at Yearwood Memorial Hospital. 3 children were taken to the same hospital, according to the hospital CEO. Several other victims were taken to the University Hospital in San Antonio. Governor Greg Abbott said 2 officers were struck by bullets, but had no serious injuries. Investigation. The Federal Bureau of Investigation and Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, are assisting local police in the investigation. Ramos' guns and magazines have been recovered by law enforcement and are being analyzed. Now, this is the second 18-year-old who opened fire in a busy atmosphere, in a busy area. First of all, the shooter's background check is very, very just awful. And I just don't understand, first of all, why you were even why would you even go to the school to begin with? First of all, let's retract it. Why would you even shoot your grandmother to begin with, and then go to a school and shoot and kill children and a teacher and two teachers? What was the purpose? What was the point? You know, and I'm gonna continue saying this, that as long as we have guns on the streets of America, there's gonna be innocent people being killed. It's just what it is. And I think President Joe Biden, needs to sign a reform. Get the guns off the streets. I'm telling you. Give guns to owners who are trained and know how to use a gun the right way. There's a right way to use a gun. And to shoot people is not the right way. Now, again, his background. First of all, he was mad at his grandmother because she confronted him about not graduating. And he got mad and shot her in the face. Now, I don't understand what is wrong with these 18-year-olds who think that they could just grab a gun and shoot at people and have no consequences. Now, they're just a tragedy. Not even 4 or 5 days ago, we had a Buffalo grocery store shot up by an 18-year-old. I actually did a story on it. So go check that out. And, you know, I just don't understand how you go into an elementary school and shoot it up children inside it. I just don't understand it. I don't understand. Like, I don't give a damn if you was in a mental capacity or had a mental breakdown, but you don't take it out on children. You also don't take it out on your grandchildren. I mean, your grandmother. There's a logic, right? You know, think before you do. Think before you do. Because this is the thing. I know people who, and you could just tell by looking at them. There's a lot of people you could tell in the world who do not need to have guns. And I'm gonna tell you where the guns are coming from. The guns are coming from the Mexican border. Illegal transport of firearms are coming in from Mexico, and now it's coming from Mexico to the inner cities and states. And now people who do not need guns are getting a hold to assault rifles. And that's what's happening. They're shooting people with them, killing people with them, injuring people with them. Guns are not used to shoot people. They're used to protect. Protect. You use it to protect yourself from being either robbed, killed, any of that. You just don't shoot people just to shoot people because you feel like it. You just don't work that way. It's against the law. Now, gun reforms is very important. And I think after this shooting, there's going to be, and I hope there's going to be a change in gun reforms. I hope there be a change where we get guns off the streets, get them out of the hands of criminals. Background checks are very important. I don't understand why we ain't doing background checks, but that's very important. It's important to do your research and criminalize and get the bad people off the streets, and especially the ones who have guns. Now, using guns like your toys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep the family. Keep the family of the victims in your thoughts and prayers. Texas right now going through a lot, and just keep in mind that it's time to put the guns down. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys on Friday. Yes, I'll see you guys on Friday. Thank you guys so much. Peace. So I got one comment.